Unk Talk of the day, unpopular opinion. Well, the opinion may be unpopular, but the conversation is necessary. I'm your host, Unkle KG. I want to thank you for joining me today. All right. Today's topic is going to be don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. With this topic, I chose it because I think oftentimes we don't understand when people are trying to lure us into certain positions. We don't understand what is happening because people do things to bait us in and it triggers our emotions. It causes us to lose our level of logic. It causes us to act irrational at times. It's almost like a game of chess. You have to be several moves ahead to learn and understand how to navigate when these situations present themselves. A lot of times people try to bait you in because they know how far you've grown, how far you came. They know where you once were. And they're trying to prove either to you, themselves, or the people in your environment that you're still that same person. No matter all the work that you did, no matter how far you come, how many hurdles you jumped over, how many mountains that you climbed, some people will sit back and try to bait you in just to prove a point. Just so they can sit back and say, see, look at him, look at her. I told you they didn't change. Told you that's the same person. Told you they didn't grow. They didn't develop. They still acting the same like they've always acted. They still are who they've always been. So we have to be aware and conscious of those situations. We have to recognize it when that comes. That's like it's basically a human form of chess. That's exactly what it is. You just don't have a board in the middle. And it's like a human form of chess because you have to be several moves ahead, especially when you know this person's character. You have to watch their actions and not just listen to their words. Don't take the bait. You have to see the position that people are trying to put you in. You have to recognize it. You have to be several steps ahead. Because if you don't, that can put yourself in a bad position. That can make you lose 3 steps back after you done took 10 steps forward. And then also, when it comes down to it, our personalities, that's our soul, right? That's our spirit. You ever wonder why some people you just don't mesh well with, or why the things that you have overcame or trying to overcome, the things that you're trying to grow from, it seems like you always find yourself in that situation, even with people that don't know you. Other people's souls and personalities can pick up on that. Those very things that you're trying to grow and build and develop from, those very things that you are trying to move past are going to come up because that's something that you're trying to work on. For instance, I was with some of my friends not that long ago, and we are sitting around talking, and they were like, yeah, man, KG, man, it seemed like stuff it's like you a magnet to certain things. We've been in situations and, I used to have a temper and my friends will say, man, you didn't even do nothing this time. We were just chilling. You were just minding your business. But somehow it came to me anyway. It found its way to me. This particular person or this situation found its way to me because that's something that's a trigger for me. That's something that I need to work on. That's something that I'm trying to grow and develop from. But oftentimes I found myself falling into that same trap. The very thing that I said, I need to work on this. I need to be better with this. Certain situations kept presenting themselves more and more and more. And that's what's going to happen because it's almost like God or the universe or whatever you want to say. It's almost like Well, how serious are you? You're trying to be positive now. When you're trying to grow and develop and make some changes, things won't just fall right into place. It got to take some work and some effort. And so I had to realize and recognize these situations are going to present themselves at all different ways, all different times. And I got to be prepared for it. Now, just because I had a temper and I have grown and matured and what have you, as a man, I still have to be able to protect. But at the same time, I also have to understand that every situation doesn't cause for a certain reaction. Before it would just didn't matter. I just pop right off if I was disrespected. But now it's almost to the point where it's like it's a degree. Now disrespect is never okay. But how I choose to handle it, that can make or break a situation. So I want to tell you, don't take the bait. Realize when people are trying to pull you in certain positions. Also with taking the bait, you will end up joining them on their side. Meaning that side of misery, that side of jealousy, that side of struggle. Misery loves company, right? So some people will definitely try to bait you in just to have you just as miserable as them. They know you work so hard to get to where you got to. They know that you have a certain, level about yourself, a level of maturity, a certain level of respect that you get from people around you. You have a prestigious job. You have a great family. And some people are so envious of that they will go to great lengths to bait you in. To bait you in. All because they're unhappy. They will get great satisfaction out of sitting back and watching you throw everything away. Everything that you work so hard for. The bait that some people give you, if you choose to take it and not have a level of self-awareness and situational awareness, that can cause you to lose it all. That could cause you to look like you haven't grown. That could cause you to be in a bad position. That can cause people to look at you in a bad light. That'll shed bad light on you. That can cause you to stunt your growth. That can stop you from moving on to the next great thing. All because you decided to take the bait that somebody was trying to give you. Because people that are in good positions, people that want to see you succeed, people that are happy with themselves, those people are going to be positive. They're going to shed a positive light. Those people are going to try to pull you up. They're going to try to help you stay the course on your growth and your development. But those people who are miserable, and it could be family, friends, it doesn't matter. It could be a stranger. Some people can look at you and see that you got potential. Some people can look at you and see that you're headed places. You're going somewhere. And a lot of times that can be a reminder of who they are not and who they would never be. So you have to sit back and make sure you develop a level of situational awareness, self-awareness. You have to be observant. You got to read the room. You got to understand the situation. These things are pivotal to you not taking the bait. The next time somebody tries to get under your skin, or the next time somebody tries to put you in a bad position or get you to react a certain way, I want you to pause and I want you to look at that person and think about the situation that they're in. I want you to look at that person and think about their lifestyle. Think about what you have and what they don't have. And I don't mean materialistic things. Some people can have all the riches in the world, but they don't have nobody to love them like you do. They don't get respect the way that you do. They're not in the position that you're in. So always keep that in mind. Don't take the bait. I seen 50 Cent say one day on an interview, he said, if you notice in the club or in the bar, it's never the rich guys starting to fight. They happy. They popping bottles. They having a good time. They living life. They enjoying themselves. There's always the guys that's broke and miserable that's trying to start something, trying to start chaos. It's the same thing. But instead of the bar or the club or what have you, it could be a family member. It could be in your household. It could be at your place of business. It could be you shopping at the store. It could be any and everywhere. It's going to present itself in different forms. But let's make sure that we use the wisdom to keep progressing and the wisdom to not take the bait. That's all I got for y'all today, man. It's Unk Talk of the Day, unpopular opinion. Where the opinion may be unpopular, but the conversation is necessary. I'm your host, Unkle KG. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me today. Till next time. Peace.